good morning, and welcome to the Invo Insider. We are so excited to have you here. I can't believe this.
What can't you believe?
It's almost Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We even brought our tree in.
We brought our tree.
We
are Star Wars
fans. This is
fans.
the Invo tree with Darth Vader at the top. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew that a bunch of software developers would put Darth Vader at the top? So, welcome to our very last Invo Insider of the year. We are so excited to have you here. I can't believe that it's already December.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
And to make matters worse, we're going to have a moment. This is our last Invo Insider in this studio.
In this room.
In this room.
In this building.
I'm never going to get to be able to see this beautiful wall again. What am I going to do? Are you going to be okay?
Cry. I don't know.
That's right. We are moving. Next month, we will actually be in our very new, brand spanking new Invo headquarters, just down the road.
Woohoo!
But we are so excited. We're going to have a special studio just for the Invo Insider, and we can't wait to get there. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hope, I'm sorry, I got really emotional there, but
it's okay.
You know, what are we doing today?
Well, as always, thank you so much for being here. We sincerely appreciate it. We are going to be going through an interview with Adam Roberts from TrailWest Bank. It's going to be an amazing interview. Then we'll jump into our demo of our brand new widget. What? So excited to show you guys that. And then at the very end, as always, James, we will be giving away a Yeti cooler. But how are they going to win the Yeti cooler?
More than likely, they will have to wait till it shows up under their Christmas tree. No?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we are going to do a little thing we like to call Kahoot. So if you have never been with us, we are going to have a full-fledged game show on here. We're going to put something on the screen, and you get to play along. So if you haven't already, make sure you go to www.kahoot.it or go out to the App Store and download the app. I've heard it's slightly faster.
Like 0.2.
By point what?
0.2 seconds.
0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
So that could be literally the difference between you winning and losing, especially the way Hope cheats. I'm just going to say it, all right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all right. So
okay.
You're the same person that said Die Hard wasn't a Christmas movie.
Well, it's not.
We're not going to get into that. So make sure that you do download the app or go out to the website, because ultimately the only way you're going to win a cooler here is if you are fast and you are correct. You have to be faster than the person next to you.
And you got to have a holly jolly time. That's a requirement.
Wow, I'm not even going to go there. So we should get this over. Let's get this started before things completely unwind here. Let's send this over to Studio B, where I believe our fearless leader is waiting for us.
Yeah, are they about ready? Yeah, I'm just going to wait for them to send it over from Studio A. Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome, Insiders, to the final episode of the 2023 season. Thanks, James and Hope, for getting us rocking and rolling on the right foot, as always. And today's a little bit of a sentimental day for us here at Invo, as we are really recording our final episode of the Insider in our current Invo Solutions headquarters, where we have been operating for about 6 years at this point. We've made a lot of memories and had a lot of fun, and of course it's a great thing because we are going to be transitioning over to our new facility with dedicated recording studio, and it's going to be awesome, but there might be just a sad tear or two that are going to be shed today. But you know what? We're going to forget about all that. Today is obviously a fun day as we are celebrating Christmas and the holidays, so Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and all of yours, and we're thankful you're spending this time with us today. As we have a lot of fun. We're going into the holidays, and we've got some things we want to wrap up with you. I guess that was a bad dad pun. We're not necessarily wrapping. Maybe we're unwrapping things with you today. But anyway, what we do have is an action-packed show for you, the insiders who've chosen to be here. So first and foremost, thanks for another great season. We've hit all-time highs for viewership and attendance of this event, and that's because of you. So I just want to say a special thank you for making time to join us on the Insider, both current clients of Invo Solutions as well as potentially future clients of Invo. It's great to have all of you here. Secondarily, we've got a great guest for you, as every single episode does, but today is going to be a special day as you get a chance to hear from Adam Roberts of TrailWest Bank, telling the story of his career journey, not only just individually, but also the evolution of that bank in the state of Montana, bringing innovation to their customer base through interactive teller machines and then also video in office through our platform, and then also what's on the horizon. It'll be a great opportunity for you to see what's going on at a powerful community bank innovating to the benefit and the service of their customers. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also, James and Hope have been trying to keep something on wraps that we unveiled at our Invo Summit, our annual innovation event, which took place back in September. But today we're going to be unveiling the new Invo widget. The Invo widget is a powerful tool that really is the biggest leap forward for our technology when it comes to user interface and user experience in your digital environment. And what our goal is to show you today how that new functionality will really push forward that experience for your customers as you roll out better communication channels to best serve the customer that you are driving in for loyalty, as well as bringing on and adopting that new customer of tomorrow. Those things are equally important, and I believe that the technology you'll see today is going to help accelerate your ability to meet that customer when and where and how they want to. And I think that's the key, meeting the customer where they choose to want to be met, meeting them when it's convenient for them, and doing it in a way that supports the growth as well as the stability of your financial institution. I think you're going to love what you see within that platform today. But it is Christmas time, so we've got some fun things planned. From now until the end of this year, actually the end of this month, December 31st, we are offering on-site professional services at no cost for every new client that signs with Invo. Now, what does that mean? It's our belief that we are able to help you to be better successful out of the gate during your project kickoff, your implementation, your training, setting up of your lab environment, and all the things that go with a successful platform if we can partner with you in person. So we're going to offer this platform to you, this service to you at no cost if you commit to us within the next couple of days before the end of the year, and we can schedule this out on your timeline. So be sure to be engaged for that. Also, be encouraged to reach out to James or Hope for more information on that. We are already booking things out into the second quarter of next year, but we do still have some slots available that would be awesome for you to fill if you're not currently a client of ours. So we're excited about that. All right. Well, I just want to say again, one more time, thank you for being here. Thank you for another great season. Thank you for being for the final episode of not only this season, but of our recording here at Invo Studios. And we are excited to be able to unveil the new Invo Studios and our dedicated recording space next month in January. And you will not want to miss that. We have an unbelievable episode planned with a whole new suite of surprises as we kick off 2024. So go ahead and mark your calendars for the second Wednesday of January. We're going to give you the first Wednesday off. I know many of you are going to survive New Year's. We'll give you a couple extra days to kind of get the new year under your feet. So we will see you on the second Wednesday of 2024 at noon Central Time. With that, thanks again. I'm going to send it back over to Studio A to James and Hope. Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas, Jake. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas from Studio B. Wow.
Wow.
It is Christmas, and we are going to actually get our Kahoot started with a very Merry Christmas Kahoot.
Yes, we are.
Very Merry Christmas
And it's
Kahoot.
going to be a very Merry Christmas indeed. So,
Indeed.
what you're going to do is you're going to go out to www.kahoot.it, or if you have the app, of course, go to the app. Again, everybody, this is how you win the Yeti.
The Yeti.
The Yeti.
As you can see, the game pin is at the top of the screen, so if you are going out to the website, make sure that you go out and you put that game pin in and play along. So
Yes.
this is how you win the Yeti. So make sure that you are joining in. We've already got 7, 8 people. What in the world?
Wow, I really like the emoji.
Oh my gosh, I know exactly who that is. You know what that is?
Yes, I do. Raider Hog.
Oh my gosh.
I knew that as soon as I saw it.
Sure you did.
I did.
Maddie,
Pink
Davey.
Godzilla. That's a fun
That's
one.
Fly a Cessna. That is brilliant. I love that idea. In fact, I have a picture in my office.
I need a Yeti. Me too.
It just means M? I don't
It
know.
just means M. Maybe the W. I don't know.
I don't
They're
know.
trying to get that W.
Bryce,
Question mark,
no Die Hard.
Little
Man,
elf.
no Die Hard. Apparently somebody's been participating
Hey,
in our survey.
absolutely.
I don't know what
You are my favorite
I don't know
person.
what is going on right now, but I'm pretty sure that Die Hard, being a
It's
Christmas
not a
movie,
Christmas movie.
it is winning right now. I don't know. I
Is
can't
it winning
see.
is it winning?
I don't know,
Okay.
but I can't see.
Okay, I'm getting confirmation that it's winning.
It should,
This is ridiculous.
because this is awesome.
Vote against it.
No. So we'll give you just a couple more seconds to get in here before we get this party started, but we have already got 25 people on here. So
Awesome.
one of these 25 people.
You got good odds.
Yes, is going to bring home a Yeti.
All right, here we go. Let's get this.
All
going.
right, let's go. Here we go. Our first section of our last Kahoot
In December.
in December.
So
Yep.
sentimental, James.
I'm sorry.
I know this about you. All right, question number 1. Which one of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another holiday mascot? Is it Prancer, Comet, Cupid, or Rudolph?
I'm thinking John McClane.
Rudolph the red-nosed
Please.
reindeer.
Oh my goodness.
I can't
Please
believe
stop
I just
her.
started singing.
I can't believe you did that either.
I'm
So,
just in that
that was-
holly jolly mood.
that was beautiful. That
Thank
was
you.
beautiful. Well
Thank
done.
you so much.
Make reindeer.
It is Cupid. Yes,
Cupid.
indeed.
And what holiday is that?
I don't know. Valentine's Day, right?
Valentine's
Is it
Day.
Valentine's?
There you go.
All right, here we go. Davy's in first place. Question number 2. Which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch, which is just really interesting name for that.
Milk punch?
Is it nog egg, eggnog? I didn't really know what other options there were for Christmas.
I don't know.
There's not a
but
lot of different Christmas
I would
beverages
hope
out there.
people know this one.
Well, I don't know. That's such an interesting name.
Nog egg.
If you call it that,
Everybody
I
knows
have
nog egg.
questions. Okay, eggnog, yes indeed. Davy, keep in first place. Question number 3 of this section. How many gifts in total were given in the 12 Days of Christmas song?
Oh.
Was it
Whoa.
300, 299, 364, or 12?
I thought there were just 12. Is
No,
there
it
not
says
12
in
Christmas?
total.
Oh.
In total.
Oh.
So you're adding all of them.
No,
up
I'm not going
together.
to add all of
I
them.
know,
Not
numbers,
gonna
they're
do it.
so hard.
Yep,
They're
not
just
gonna do it.
hard, you know?
My
That's why
guess
I did
is
this one.
364,000.
It is 364, not thousand.
Oh, okay.
Just 364. 15 people got that right. Love
15
that.
people. Maddie is up at the
Maddie,
top. Well
let's
done,
go.
Maddie. Congratulations on that top spot. Let's see if you can actually keep that top spot, because there
Yes.
will be 2 more sections,
2 more sections.
of the Kahoot. So make sure you keep that app open or keep it up on your website. So we are going to jump right into everybody's favorite part, and that
Everybody's favorite
is
part.
our interview. So we have the very special guest, Adam from TrailWest Bank is here with us, and we're going to send it over to Studio B for our interview.
All right, and good morning, and welcome to the final episode of The Insider for the 2023 season. Really excited about today's episode, and today on the show, we are honored to have Adam Roberts, the Digital Product Manager at TrailWest Bank, joining us on this episode. A little bit of background. Let's start off with the bank. So TrailWest Bank is located out of Missoula, Montana. one of my favorite parts of the country. They currently service customers across western Montana with 17 locations and their growing digital presence, which we'll get into all of that. The bank currently operates with a little over $900 million in assets with over 172 employees. And the mission of the bank is to build loyal, long-term relationships based on trust, prosperity, and community. I love that. Talk about a definition of a community bank. I think that's it right there. But a few things about Adam. So Adam is a Montana native who definitely loves the outdoors. I'm sure we'll get into that as well. And he also carries with him an incredible background in customer service. Throughout his career, he's been an account manager, an operations manager, a call center supervisor, digital branch project manager, business analyst, and he currently oversees the digital product platforms for TrailWest Bank. I love a call out that Adam has listed in his profile on LinkedIn, and he doesn't know I was going to share this, but in his bio, he says that he leans into his farm kid work ethic on his job and everything that he does. And I can tell you definitively, I know that's a real thing. And so I love that. I love that statement in there as well. Today, we're going to have a great opportunity to hear from the man himself, and so I should probably just quit talking and hand it over to him so he can start to share his story with us. So, Adam, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks for having me on here. Adam Roberts in Missoula, Montana with TrailWest. I have a bit of probably a non-traditional path into banking. My mom actually has been a career banker and at one point was with a bank that was seized by the FDIC. So at that time in my life, I swore that I would never be involved with banks.
We may need to get into that story more at some point. I don't know if there's an NDA in place or not, but I might want to hear about that offline.
Yeah. I actually grew up in a very, very small farming community. I grew up working on farms. Actually came to Missoula for school for forestry and left that program early. Was a hunting guide, worked on some ranches, did some retail work. And then I was in agriculture as a crop advisor and account manager, and then decided to go back to school when I was at that job for computer science. And so I did that program remotely, worked in the furniture business for a while as operations manager, and then to a call center and banking, and worked in IT for a bit, kind of doing inside sales mostly and some project management, and then came back to TrailWest in this new role, and now am managing our digital branches and all the products and what that entails. So not necessarily a traditional path here, but I've got a lot of different random industry experience that I'm still able to pull from today.
So talk a little bit about strategies at the bank. When you think about how you guys have implemented these things, and you've touched on some of them, maybe not all of them, to get us to 2023, and then that vision, look forward to strategies to continue to engage your customers. As much as you're willing to share in transparency, what have been those milestones over the last 5 or 10 years to get there? What technologies have you guys deployed to respond to the customer? And then maybe what you're in the middle of now. And then, as you said, you're all in ITMs. You got 2 getting ready to go out, another one on the pipe. What else? What else are we looking at there? What are you guys looking at to continue to be on the front end of customer service?
Just offering services to stay competitive with other banks, whether they're national banks or other local banks. Offering a good online experience, offering features and services like mobile deposit, ATM deposit. We have remote scanners that we lease out to some commercial customers to help them get some of those things submitted in. We've tried a lot of different things, different technologies. With COVID, that pushed a lot of things. We were fortunate in having the ITMs already present when that came around.
Yeah.
Through COVID, we pushed up like appointment scheduling because of the pandemic and some of the things that was making difficult for both us and customers. We did things like online account opening, dipping our toe into that experience, which we're constantly looking at and looking to improve. We had we actually, this is something I haven't heard of a lot of other banks doing, that we ended up adopting a couple of years ago. Is we did an internal ticketing system for our contact center,
Okay.
and that has proven itself over and over again. It's become extremely efficient for us, and it provides a really great tool to hold things accountable, and also have a really great audit trail. When we need to go back and we have an audit, we have everything in there. What was the request? What staff member was responsible for the request? Did they conclude it? How was it resolved? All that kind of stuff. So that's something that we took on, and actually we've had other departments, once they saw how successful it was for us, started jumping on that as well. So those are some things that we've kind of been doing the last couple of years. And currently, we have a branch that's kind of been there's a lot of factors that play, but we've had one branch in particular that's kind of been chronically understaffed.
Okay.
And we've tried to make it work, and we've tried to have people out there, and for various reasons, it's just always short staffed. We've had to modify drive up hours or lobby hours, and it was a really tough juggle. And so we essentially took our ITM, the whole strategy there, where we have these machines at multiple locations and a central team answering those, and we saw how efficient that could be.
Yeah.
And we basically decided to remodel that branch and apply the same logic as ITMs to our new accounts and our lending relationships as well. And that's where that Invo relationship really got started, and we're working through that right now. We're getting that branch open and trying that out, so customers can walk into a branch, and if they need a cash transaction, they've got an ITM there. If they need to open an account or modify account, or they need to start a loan, then they can walk in and they can utilize this technology to have that same face-to-face. It's virtual, but it's still face-to-face, and it's a relational interaction that they can have with us, so that we can have a wider footprint with the same amount of staff. And it's in a small community, a really small town, and closing down the branch in that community was never on the table.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was never an option for us. We wanted to keep that open for the community, and this technology enabled us to do that. We can stay open. We can service it with a smaller staff, and we can still give those customers the same experience that they expect from us.
That's great. So let's stay there for just a second. So it's an existing branch now? Is that correct?
Yeah, it was a traditional branch. I believe that one was opened in the 90s.
Okay.
And we're just wrapping up construction right now, reopening here very soon. And we've kind of whittled down the space. We put up some walls, and so the customer area is smaller than it used to be, but it's a lot more efficiently designed, and we were able to still, obviously we've got all that other space in the branch, and we're utilizing that for, as I said, we couldn't get a lot of people to work out at that particular branch, but we now have the space where we can house more back office operational employees. As we expand, we'll have that room to put people there.
Yeah, you mean you did need a branch that was still the same size as the all branches in the 90s, like 4 or 5 times too big?
Well, and that's something else with us. We've got some banks that have some really, really big, really beautiful buildings that take up a really large footprint. Mm-hmm. And that's really not our strategy. That's not where we're investing our money. We have, economical branches that make sense to serve our customers. And that's the same way with this branch. So even though it is one of our bigger branches from that perspective, comparatively, it's pretty small.
Yeah. this is an aside, but you'll probably find it amusing, or maybe not. But there was a client I used to work with out in the state of Kansas, and there was a board. I call it the story of a board that was divided. So they were very profitable. The same family had held it for multiple generations, and they were in a growth mode like 10 years ago. And what they wanted to do was plant 3 to 5 branches every year in these small communities across the state of Kansas, and every branch had to be a minimum of 5,000 square feet because they wanted to put an impressive building and structure to show their investment in the community every single place they went. So it didn't matter if it was a community of 10,000 people or a community of 1,000 people. They were going with that strategy, which, you know, what it led to was some of those areas, they had 3 employees in that massive building. And then others, you know, they were fully staffed and all the offices were full. But it was that same strategy. I'm like, that is crazy. But there was a time, and it was coming out of those 90s that you had to have I call it the monolith in every location. It has to be a monolith, right? So let's go back to your digital branch, which is the opposite of what I just described. So when you walk in there, what is it going to be like? Let's say that I walk in the front door. What does that experience look like for me? How many staff are you planning? You said a reduced staff. Is there a head count or a number count that you guys are kind of targeting there, or that you have at least conceptually going into this that's going to look like? And if I am coming in and my journey is cash and retail, or it's account related or something more heavy that maybe they're using the Invo platform, what does that look and feel like?
Yeah, so right now we've got not a lot of staff out there. We're actually going to have one person who is always on site.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there for a time period while we're transitioning, but at this moment in time, we're looking at operating that branch with one person.
Awesome.
And so if you walk in the door, then we'll say I'm the one out there. I'm going to walk up to you. I'll have an iPad in my hand. And I'm going to say, hey, Jake, great to see you. What can we help you with today? You say, oh, I just want to cash a check. Great. We've got this ITM over here. Let me show you how it works. And, you know, we get you started, touch the screen, get greeted by someone. And we have a wonderful staff here that they're well-versed in how these operate, and they can, virtually hold someone's hand and walk them through that whole process of how to interact with the ITM and make that work. They make it very easy for our customers. Conversely, if you come in and you say, hey, I'm new to the area, want to open an account with you guys, I'm just going to jot down some information in the iPad, get you seated in our queue, and then walk you over to our Invo station, get you sat down. Customer service representative is going to be hopping on that call as you're sitting down, and I'll do the kind of the handoff to that employee and let you interact with them. And I think probably most people who are watching are fairly familiar with that Invo station experience. If not, go to Invo's website. They've got a really great video that highlights that experience. But we've got that virtual face-to-face. I've got signature pads, document camera, so we can do everything that needs to be done right there virtually, and the employees can just walk the customer through it with very little effort on the customer side to make that happen.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. What a great, and I say, we talk about this all the time to someone who doesn't maybe have a really good deployment strategy, and it's to give the advice that you just shared with everyone here, which is that assisted service, I think, is key for adoption and onboarding out of the gate, especially in a community that maybe isn't familiar with technology. And that's not a knock on a community. It's just like, hey, if you've never used an interactive teller machine before, it can be intimidating. And in an interaction through technology like an Invo kiosk, it can be equally intimidating just if you've never done it before. Not because it's hard to use, but it's like the first time you do anything. It's like when you grab any type of FaceTime or video call, like, are they really going to be there when I hit call? You know, that kind of a thing, that trepidation. So I love the assisted service process. I love the onboarding. I love that. We'll call it hand-holding until the customer's comfortable, right? I think that's going to lead to significant success and adoption. I can't wait to see kind of what the outcomes are, a few months down the road with that.
We actually just had a customer who came by the other day at that branch, and they were asking about, what's happening at the branch. When's it going to be? Because we've got the lobby closed while we're finishing up the remodel, and they had a lot of questions. And I said, well, why don't you come on in and I'll show you what's going on. And I've got we still got to do some painting. So our stations aren't totally set up, but I've got one of our Invo stations kind of set up in basically a demo environment in one of the side offices. And I said, why don't you come in and I'll show you how this works. And it was someone who they said they hate technology, and they were disappointed in what was happening with the branch. And I told them, this is how we're going to keep stay in this community. And I sat them down and called in, and someone answered the call, and we just showed them how it could work. And they were like, well, that's actually kind of neat. I think I like that. So
yeah,
I think just keeping an open mind and showing them that is going to make a world of difference.
I picture this being you in that situation, like, hey, let me help you. And on the inside, you're like, challenge accepted. Let's go.
Yeah. I get a lot of the ornery customers sent my way. And I think because I have, honestly, people in the ag communities will know this. Farmers can be especially tough to deal with. And I've got a lot of experience with them. And that's kind of how I look at all, customer service. If I can deal with some of those ornery farmers, then this will be a walk in the park.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to straight shoot a farmer, right? There's no, you don't need to flower anything. They've got things to do, and what they're doing there with you is the least important thing of that day, typically. So that's very true.
When we did actually, I want to share this with you, Jake. I haven't shared it with you yet. Is we actually found a really good new use case for the stations.
Okay.
We've actually got a station set up at our headquarters right now, and it's primarily used at the moment. It's been used as a training tool and to show like some of our executives how it works and to walk them through that process. But we did show the branch manager and the teller supervisor how it's going to work, and walked her through it, and she was super excited about it. And a way that we've started utilizing it already is they've had customers who come in and they're having trouble with the mobile app, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they got locked out or whatever it might be. We actually have been able to use the document cameras, and they start a call, and they get we put them into we have a digital support queue available through Invo, and obviously goes through our contact center. And they came in and said what the problem was. We had them put their phone under the document camera, and then that way the operator could see exactly what's happening on their app, and then we're able to walk them through, troubleshoot whatever the issue was. And it was a really simple issue. It was just a miscommunication more than anything of getting wires crossed, and we got them up and out of there in just a couple of minutes.
That is the very first use case of that I have ever heard. That is super creative.
Yeah, so that one kind of fell into our laps, but we were kind of excited when we discovered it. So now we've got a whole nother set of tools that we can use to help people troubleshoot.
That's incredible. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to share that story for sure. I'm gonna have to share that story. Let's talk about when you initially decided that Invo was the right direction for what you're doing at the bank. So this is going to the root of kind of our relationship. And we talked a lot on the front end about your strategy. You already had strategies aligned, and it was, who's the right fit, what's the right fit, the right solution, the right partner. And I believe all those things are factors. But, we're still on the very front end of a business relationship. You guys aren't fully deployed. You're in deployment phase, you're in adoption phase, and this is for me is the most exciting time. But I love it because we're still close enough to the front end. It's easy to remember all those things. So share a little bit about what it was like to kind of evaluate, is Invo the right partner? Why did you decide to partner with us? And even share, because we haven't even talked about this, like what exactly, obviously talk about in-branch and kiosk, what are you doing today and planning to use within our platform? That's always good for those that are still kind of evaluating, is this the right choice or not?
Yeah, so we are... when we were evaluating, we were coming up on our contract with our other vendor that we were using for web chats and some other contact center services. And to be perfectly honest, they had a really good product, but it was very much focused on the contact center, and we did like it from that perspective. But with this branch that we were trying to overhaul and figure out how we're going to make it work, it kind of turned into trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, with trying to utilize that product to fulfill the needs that we were trying to meet there with that branch. And it just we kept trying to make it work and trying new things, and it just wasn't smooth, and it wasn't the best customer experience that we were wanting to have. And so we started looking at alternate options, and we'd actually seen a totally different vendor have a product that was similar to Invo's, and we liked that concept. And another partner of ours actually recommended Invo, and that was when that conversation started. And it was just kind of one of those experiences where almost immediately we knew it was going to be the right fit. Where you guys had taken a different start, where you guys really got started in branch video banking and then have expanded from there, and where that was kind of the original focus of the product, and that was the part that we were trying to focus on improving.
Right.
So where Invo met those requirements of ours and those expectations for having those some of those contact center tools available, so we could check that off the list. But now we also had this other solution that was going to enable us to, because a lot of the technologies could get the job done, but were they allowing us to maintain that personal relationship and that high touch customer experience that we have to have here? And Invo's product was able to match that experience better than the other ones that we looked at. So that was really how that happened. And like I said, part of it's probably me, because like I told you, I'm not big on corporations, whether I'm working for them or partnering with them. You just turn into a number. And that was another thing that for me was really important, is to be able to, call up Invo and somebody answers the phone, and I'm not just, talking to a recorded message. I actually get to interact with you guys. You guys listen to my feedback. So that was another piece that was really important to me, especially.
Yeah, I love that. And I appreciate that. I think that affirms a lot of strategic decisions we make just when it comes to customer care. And it's like I shared earlier, you and I are aligned on this. Like it's the way it's supposed to be done. The joke should be it's really not that hard. So why doesn't everybody do it? But that's okay. Yeah. I'm okay with that being a difference that TrailWest has in your market and a difference that Invo has in our market to provide that difference maker. You talked a lot about in-branch. What's next on the strategy roadmap? Are you guys continuing to look at evolving your online, your mobile platforms, enhancing those? Kind of what does it look like as you turn the corner and start to look to that next thing?
We're trying to improve in a lot of areas. We're trying to offer more services. There's some other projects I'm involved in, whether it's it's internal infrastructure stuff to make us more efficient and be more available for customers, to offering the products that customers are asking for, better credit card products, things like that. And like with Invo specifically, we're kind of dipping our toe in the water here. With how this is going to work, making sure that we, once we get going with this, we really understand how to use it well. And then where we expand from there, we've got lots of options, and we're keeping our minds open on this. I envision most likely having an Invo station at every branch, if nothing else than for a failover when things get busy, and that way customers don't have to sit there waiting in the lobby.
Yeah.
They have another option available. It also opens the door to being able to expand our market area without having to have that huge investment of a traditional branch with full staff. If we can deploy an ITM and an Invo station in a location with a small footprint, our overhead is going to be lower, and we can service our customers in another area in a way that we weren't able to before.
Yeah, I love that. That's absolutely right. How are you guys measuring? And I guess my first question is: Are you measuring success by factors or outcomes? And for instance, is it about reducing wait times in the lobby or in the drive? Is it cross sales and trying to generate things through these new channels or different channels? Is it staffing and efficiency from staffing? Is it all of those things? And if it is,
kind of how are you measuring or capturing that information to see if these different strategies, I mean, I'm lumping everything into that, Invo, iTeams, and all that. How are you measuring the success and outcomes on that?
Yeah. So customer feedback is always going to be our number one factor in how we measure that
Sure.
success. And it's usually just having a conversation with people and asking those questions. Even if someone calls in and has an issue with a mobile deposit, we'll troubleshoot whatever issue they might be experiencing, whether it's user error or a platform error. And then, we'll just ask the question, how's it been working for you? Has it given you this trouble before? And just have, pretty honest conversations with people about what they think. And that's where we get the best feedback on how to proceed from there. And then I like to nerd out on numbers and data. I've got more spreadsheets than I can count on different different things that I measure, and there's so much data out there and available to us, and you can interpret it 1,000 different ways. So that's some of the trouble, is making sure you get the data and that you are reading it in a way that's actually meaningful and useful. And we mostly look at things like volume and wait times are probably the two things that I look at the most often.
Sure.
Especially for these services that we're offering where a customer is sitting there waiting for us. So, the web chats or the video calls through the website, through Invo, the ITM calls, how long are people sitting there waiting before their call's answered, phone calls. I'm constantly pulling data and putting it together and analyzing it to see how are we doing from an efficiency standpoint, and then measuring that side by side with the customer feedback, and just looking for holes. I just look for inconsistencies, and this might be a problem area, and then we dive into that and identify what's the root cause, and then make a game plan from there on how we're going to improve that.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. Asking the question. I mean, it seems like such a simple thing, but how do you know how it's being received? How do you know how your customers are really feeling when you do something different, or like you used your language earlier, pivoting to this or that? If you're not asking the questions, do you really know? Like, how is that affecting the customer? Is the outcome there? There's things you can measure through the tech, and I love that about that technology, though, is you can pull how long a wait time is, or if you need to put somebody on hold, you know how long that is, so you can feed that into that in one of your countless spreadsheet tabs. But all those data points are valuable, and analyzing it is the key, and so I love that, and I'm confident you're going to continue to see you guys hitting the metrics across the board. It's hard to believe we're actually about to run out of time, just because I would love to keep you here for the rest of the day, but you have real business to do and real work to get done besides sitting here talking to me. So one of the things that I always like to ask is, do you have any other stories, experiences that you've seen with your customers across the board in any new channel that you deployed in with Invo, of course, is what I would like to hear, or otherwise, that would be illuminating for someone to hear, or even just something fun? We've heard some ornery ones, so I don't know if you had anything you'd like to share there.
I think it's just sharing experiences. My biggest thing is keeping that open dialogue with customers. Don't be afraid to branch out to where you're uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And in fact, I just had a conversation the other day with an employee who has a tendency to play it safe, and myself and another supervisor were talking to them and said, look, I would rather see you get outside your comfort zone and fail than stay in your comfort zone and be perfect all the time. No, and I think that is where, and just speaking to people who may be watching this is don't be afraid to step outside of what's normal, what's traditional. Take a calculated chance and try to see what works, and be ready to pivot, be adaptable, and try to find what's going to work for you and your customers.
No, that's good. That's good. I had another question. I'm not even going to ask it now because that's the perfect place to stop. Yeah, I'd say you ended with solid gold. Adam, I appreciate your time so much. I've really enjoyed just the relationship that we've developed as well as the opportunity to serve your customers through the bank. I am so excited to hear about the future as you guys continue to innovate and do new and unique things. I would encourage all of our insiders to go follow Adam on LinkedIn. Also, you can go check out TrailWest's website. Great website. You can find out more information about the bank there. Adam, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you, Jake. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate the invitation.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure having you. And I hope you have a great afternoon. And insiders, we'll see you next time.
All right, thank you so much, Jake and Adam. That was absolutely awesome. Exciting things happening at TrailWest Bank, and we can't wait to see how things continue to go. So we are going to jump right into our next Kahoot, so hopefully you paid attention because this Kahoot is going to be all about the interview.
Woohoo!
All about the interview.
All
so
about
let's
the
see if
interview.
Maddie can keep that top spot as we jump right in. Let's go to
Make sure you have your app pulled up, your
Yep.
browser. Here we go.
all the things.
First question of this section. How many locations does TrailWest Bank have? Do they have 1, 17, 12, or 5?
155.
Wow, 155. That would be
A lot of
a
locations.
lot of locations.
A lot of locations, especially in Montana.
Especially in Montana. All right, great job. Yes, it is 8. So good job.
Wait a minute. What?
Or 12, sorry. No, 17.
17.
Wow, my brain's not working
Hope
today.
is gone. She's gone. Way to
Gone.
go. Way to
Still
go,
in my Holly
Mike.
Jolly mood. Okay, here we go. True or false? The mission of TrailWest Bank is to build loyal, long-term relationships based on trust, prosperity, and community. Is that true or is that false?
Sounds like something you made up.
No.
Or something somebody
I mean,
really, really smart
Is
made
it
up.
false? Is it true? What is it?
Knowing you changed one word to make it false.
One
and then-
word. No, I wouldn't be that mean.
Yeah, yes
Or
you would.
would I?
Yes, you would. Absolutely would.
Yes, it is true. Everybody got it
Well
right.
done. Well done.
Well done for those of you who got it right. Let's see that leaderboard. Awesome, awesome. All right, wow, you can see LF, I don't know who that is, but Bryce, they're very close. They're just a point apart.
They're getting there.
All right, here we go. Question number 7, last one of this section. What is the primary method that the bank is measuring success for their digital strategies? Is it AI? Is it guessing? They're not? Or customer feedback?
I'm guessing they're not.
Which one? Which one is it?
See what I did there?
They're not?
Guessing they're not?
Question mark?
You're guessing they're not.
I'm guessing they're not.
AI guessing they're not.
Wow. You just put all those together.
I did.
You're so clever.
I'm so clever.
Yes, it is customer feedback, which is so awesome.
Well done.
Love that. All right, let's see.
All right.
My goodness.
Michael,
Here we
he's
go.
in top spot again.
Top spot.
Here we go.
That's it for
Well
this
done.
section.
Yep, absolutely. So we are going to jump directly into one of our favorite moments, and that is the demo of some brand new functionality
Yes.
that we can't wait to show you.
And we're showing them the new widget.
We are showing you
Which
our
we
brand
are
new
so
widget.
excited about. So there it is.
There it is.
Woohoo!
As you can see down in the lower right-hand corner, we have a very special button that follows you regardless of where you are on the website. So you can
Yes.
see down there, if we go down there to that, you can see every piece of our functionality.
There's a few new things on there, James.
There are. You know what? So you can see, you can start a chat, you can start video banking. We've even got the ability to have a voice call,
Wow.
schedule a meeting, or actually co-browse directly from your website. So exciting things. Why don't you show us something about
Absolutely. So again, we are so excited for the new widget. Obviously, there's a few new pieces on here, as James had mentioned. So let's just show you how this looks, because it is quite different than what maybe you're used to, or maybe you're new here and haven't seen it, but we're very excited about it. So start the chat. We're going to grab first name, last name. I'm going to be Buddy the Elf today. Oh, hello.
You hit the caps lock again,
The
didn't you?
Elf.
Buddy
There we
the
go.
Elf.
Yep, Buddy the Elf. Then I'm going to choose why I'm here. So I have a few general questions to ask. Maybe I need to figure out how to get back to the North Pole.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm going to start chatting. And then you can see here, the bot is starting to talk with me, and it's giving me those most commonly asked questions. So those are fully customizable for you at your financial institution. So right now we only have 3, but you're able to have as many as you'd like. And so right now I'm just going to say, hey, what's your routing number? And so then the bot is going to respond, give me that routing number, and the bot can answer all of those questions from there. Maybe you want to have a more high-touch interaction. So maybe Buddy the Elf is saying, hey, I need a loan for a car to get to New York. Well, then I'm going to go ahead and say I want to apply for the loan. At that point, you may want to pass this over to a human interaction or to a real human, and you would be able to have that conversation with that agent back and forth, either through its chat or whether it's chat, video banking, scheduling for later. We don't have these options enabled, but you are able to request a callback as a customer as well as a voice-only interaction. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'd actually like to jump into a video banking call. So then I clicked that. Would you like to join a video banking call? I sure would. Now I'm waiting for James, my agent, to answer this call with me. So as we're waiting, we're connecting to the queue. That's what it's going to look like for your customers now. So James is going to go ahead and answer that call. And then from there, it will ask me, are you ready to join this call now? Now that the customer has, or the agent on the back end has answered this call. So I'm going to join the call. And this is what that new interaction looks like. Oh, our camera is moving. Perfect. There it is.
There it is. There
awesome.
it is.
So you can see both the customer side and the agent side. We still have the same ability, so I can talk back and forth with the agent in this chat feature, so you can see James. But the cool thing is you're not taking them out of your website. You're not moving them to a different tab. You're able to still see the website as the customer. You can also co-browse their screen with them if you'd like to. So maybe I said, hey, James, I want to show you my screen. I need help with enrolling on online banking. Well, then I can show James my screen, and then from there he's able to see it, walk me through it. He can even take control of it if he needs to. Still do the same functionality, taking pictures and sending those in. Maybe he's gathering my driver's license, whatever the case may be. And then also signing off on a signature, because I need to sign off on that auto loan as Buddy the Elf. So I'm going to go ahead and end this interaction.
Buddy
and
the Elf.
thanks, James, for being my agent today. So I'm ending that call. That customer will be presented with a survey. So after every single interaction type within the new widget, they will be presented with a survey, your customers would be. And
All
it
of
is
them?
specific. All of them.
All of them.
Wink,
Wow.
wink, all of them. So as I fill this out, I'm going to go ahead and say it was just a wonderful experience. I can submit that from there. So obviously there's a few other pieces. We have that voice-only interaction and then scheduling a meeting. So our scheduling tool does look a little bit different. I'll walk you through that quickly. So preferred language, if you're able to operate or operationally support, wow, words are hard today, multiple languages at your financial institution, you can do that. Then they're going to ask, why are you here today? We're going to stick with general calls, and then it's going to present the options that you want to have through your scheduling tool. So video banking, in person, in branch video, or phone call. So I'm going to select in branch video. Then it's going to present the different locations that are available for that. So right now we only have one because we're in a demo site, but you would be able to have all of your locations available for your customers presented on this page. Then I'll select next. Then from there, I need to select a day and time option. So I selected the 13th, and then I'm going to have that 30-minute segment. So I'm going to pick 9:30 a.m. And then I'm going to hit next. Going to again ask me for my information. So I'll stick with Buddy. Perfect. My email address. We'll do my real email address today. And then I'll go ahead and hit next. It's going to send me an email with a verification code, and I can put that in there, and then from there I can confirm it, and it will do everything else for me. And then at the end of this, I'm not going to go through all of that, but at the end of this, again, you would be presented with that survey from there. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this, but we are super excited again about the widget. We've just presented this and we've created this so that your customers have the ability to chat with you in the way that they want to chat with you, what makes sense for them. and just providing the customers with those different options. So we're really excited about it.
Really
and
excited.
if you have any questions or like to go in more depth and see a demo, an in-depth demo, please contact me or James, and we'll get you set up with that.
Well done. I
Hey,
like
thanks.
it. All that functionality in one nice little neat location on your website is really cool. So
Yeah.
let's see if anybody was listening or paying attention to all those subtle hints that you dropped.
Subtle.
Subtle, not so subtle.
Okay, again, browser, app, here we go with the last section. All about the demo, all about our new widget. So first question, which function can be done through the new widget? Video banking, chat with the bot and or the agent, schedule a meeting, co-browsing, voice call, or all of the above.
I'm going to go with C.
Which one would be C? Is it schedule a meeting?
I guess. I don't know.
You definitely can do that.
I
through
can
the
definitely
widget.
do that.
You
Yep.
definitely can do that.
So if I chose the wrong one, but chose one that is accurate, would I still get credit?
No,
Oh, okay. I see.
unfortunately.
I see how you are.
I
Once
know.
again, always
It's
changing the
just,
rules.
You know, it's all of the above. That's
Video
really what it
banking.
is. Awesome. Let's see that leaderboard and who has come on top with that. So we still have the Lizaldi in first place. Let's go to that next question.
Go get him, Bryce.
What was the customer's name that called in to speak with James? Was it Buddy the Elf, John McClane, Frosty the Snowman, or Rudolph?
Totally John McClane. Because as the survey shows, that is a Christmas movie.
John McClane, no. But he is on your shirt.
He is on my shirt.
And he was on Jake's shirt.
Yes. Jake had a kind of a Taylor Swift vibe going.
He's
but
a total Swiftie.
He's a total Swiftie.
Yes, it was Buddy the Elf. Congratulations.
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-oh.
We are so close.
Get him, Bryce.
All
Get
right,
him.
Here we go. Last question. True or false? You can assign surveys to every interaction type within the Invo widget. Is that true or false?
Oh, you switched him around. No, you didn't.
I didn't.
Oh, you should have.
I kept it the
I
same.
totally expected you to switch him around because you are just like that.
Oh my goodness. I know, but I didn't do it this time.
You didn't do it this time.
Not this time.
People were probably expecting that you would, though.
I know.
Maybe you caught somebody.
But maybe I.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Let's see who won.
Let's see.
In third place, we have
LF.
In second place, we have Bryce. And in first place, we have
Dun 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 dun.
the
Lizaldi! Way to go! Oh my goodness, there's
All the
confetti
confetti!
everywhere.
Woo!
So much for our tree. It's going to be just covered in confetti now. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Congratulations, the Lizaldi. We will definitely get you that Yeti.
Absolutely.
Get that in the mail. Hopefully we can get it to you before Christmas. That way you can definitely, that's one heck of a Christmas present, I can tell you
is.
that. So, well, congratulations. We are so excited to have you guys here. We are going to put some show notes on the screen, so make sure that you definitely go out, visit trailwest.bank, visit invosolutions.com. Obviously, you've already found our YouTube channel, so make sure that you are keeping up with all things Invo, and make sure that you're here next month because we
Yes.
have an exciting Invo Insider from our new location. I feel like I have confetti
You have
in my
confetti
hair.
all over here. And the only
yes.
other thing I want to say really fast is the surveys that will be presented in the comment section. We would love to hear your feedback. Obviously, we're finishing out the year 2023. We want to know what you want to see at the Invo Insider in the Invo Insider in 2024. So please give us that feedback. Anything would be helpful. And then also, if it is your first time at the Insider, we are so thankful that you're here. Please fill out the first time survey, and then if you do, you will be entered in to win this beautiful cup, which is amazing. And it may have confetti in it now.
It
You
may.
never know.
You never know.
So do that, and that's all I have to say, James.
All right, well, good, because we have one last teaser to show you. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Good job. All the confetti.
All the confetti. Thank you so much for being here. We can't wait to see you next month. Until then.
Next year.
Gosh.
Merry Christmas
Merry
and have
Christmas.
a Happy New Year.
Until then, night-night.